Hey traders, how you doing? I'm Trader Dara, and in this video, I would be doing a trade recap of all the trades I took last week and explaining the thought process I had as well as how you can go about taking this trade. So with no further ado, let's just head into this. And this were the trades I took, guys. This was the first trade, right? Okay, so this trade was taken off Euro USD, and I'll tell you the reasons why I took the buy trade. But this was the trade, right? Now, the second trade which I took was on Euro USD as well. You guys know I trade just Euro USD as well as BTC, but today was mostly Euro USD. So this was on NFP. So this was a buy trade during NFP, and it came super closely to my SL. So this was how to trade Euro USD, guys, and this was a trade that was very close to the SL, as you can see right there. Fortunately, NFP decided not to take us out. Okay, I think, let me just start with this a bit. Although it's 1 minute, but let me just, is there a speed up option here or something? Okay, I can't say anything. Let's just let it be. Okay, so this was during NFP, so that was a buy entry. I actually sent this on my Telegram as well. Let me just pause this for a second. I sent this on Telegram. I also sent it on what's it called, Twitter or X. I sent the signal on there. But for this first trade, I sent it to my mentee. So that was a trade I actually sent out to my mentee, and that was this one. This will load. So guys, if you're not in Trader Dara community, being this Trader Dara signals, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where you are at, but do well to join this. As you can see, this was when I took the limit. This was 11:47 a.m. I sent it, and this was 13:41 after NFP. So if you want to be getting my trades, make sure you follow me as well, not just on this Telegram, but on my Twitter as well, because I'll primarily be sending out all my trades on my X. So I'll just send them on X, then copy it and paste it on here for you guys to go engage on it. So I just want to show you guys that when you master one pair or one craft of trading one pair, you can actually gain the confidence in trading it well, as well as, you know, bringing other people into it. So this was the trade. It was called on there. So this was when I called the trade, right? So now I just want people to become profitable and learn how to do this thing as well. Okay, let's go into the video and let's learn. So it's Trader Dara signals. I'm Trader Dara. Just search for Trader Dara signals. You see it. While I am Trader Dara on X. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Now let's go into the video. Open trading view. The first thing I do on a new week is go on the weekly. Right, that makes sense because we're in a new week. And on the weekly time frame, I'm just looking for like our zones and stuff, right? So this is the first weekly zone. I saw it got respected, mostly about that 50%, as you can see, guys, respected. So the new week opened impulsively with this gap. So when I saw the gap in the market being this gap, which we can see here, I saw the weekly open with the gap. I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of energy in the market, right? So simply, I went to the 4 hour to see what the market was doing on the 4 hour as well. Right, so this was the gap level. Let me just bring it to the gap exactly as to where the gap was formed. Right, just here. Right, so the market opened with this impulsive gap. So majority of times when the market opened with an impulsive gap, it comes back to do a refill, right? So with that, I was just like, okay, I'll wait for the market to drop and then look for entry areas to buy. So that was the reason I took my first trade, being this one I made about. Actually, this was why the trade was running. I think this closed up to about $700 or so. And okay, let's go on. So the very first thing I did was to spot this high. So this was an area where I wanted to see the market break with a body, and it did. That was beautiful. So when I saw that, I just knew that, oh, this is lovely. We're in a bullish price action. But because we're in a bullish price action and we're seeing gaps, doesn't mean I should start being a buyer, right? So this is something that traders do miss, because they'll come into the market like Monday price action. If you see when the market opened during Monday, you see this was Monday market open. The market moved about 54 pips, right? So everyone would have been, yo, right? Okay, 42 pips thereabout. So everyone would have been like, yo, the market is so bullish, I should just start looking for buys here, or even buys at this point. And you saw how the market tanked, right? So for me, I actually had a bearish bias to sell from this level. I had this level marked out, and I got the confirmation to sell, but I didn't take it, neither did I call it for anyone. I had a confirmation on this rejection candle. So when I saw this price coming into here rejecting properly, I was like, oh my god, this is proper sell situation, right? Just keep your SL 15 pips. 15 pips always does it for me, right? 15 pips SL, then target 1:2 or 1:2.5. But one thing I didn't really like about this trade, because I intended to trade it on a couple of my prop firm account, was because the market, right, needed news to like get triggered. Like for it to hit TP, it needed news, and a couple of prop firms right now don't really allow news. So I was just like, don't worry, I'll just take the trades that don't require news to get triggered. So basically that's why I didn't take the sell, but that was how you could have traded that sell. So the levels I was looking for were below this gap, and I had this rejection level here in this one. So based off of this level, I had this one right here, and there was also this level, but this one was a weak level. This was a weak level. So I think if you guys had seen the post I made on Twitter, let's just go on Twitter. I've closed the page anyway, but in the post I made, it was something of this nature, where I actually prefer to use this zone only, just from this point to this point, covering just here, still about 15-13 pips, right? So this was just what I wanted to use for my trade. There about 15 pips. And then CP1 target was just this high, right? And then CP2 was the target. I didn't mark up that zone, but that was just the target this high right here, which was what price got into. Now I actually took 3 trades. I didn't record one of them. So the second trade I took was on this level, right? That was I took that on a couple of my prop firm accounts. I was outdoors, so I wasn't able to like record it. That was this level right here. So when I saw this on Wednesday, I saw the pullback, the rejection. I just knew that, okay, this level is more likely to be respected. SL, there about 15 pips once again, and target was just to hold for the news. I'm sure I called it. Okay, I didn't call that trade here, but so I actually took 3 trades. I forgot about this one. Then the last one on Tuesday, on Thursday, guys, that was Thursday trade when price came down here. I saw a buy continuation here. I sent it out to my mentee. I told him he can take the buy, and gave him reasons why I was not interested in it. But for the sake of just playing around NFP, right, I actually took this NFP buys right here, which was the NFP trade I told you guys about. 15 pips as usual, and just holding that. I closed out already though. Anyways, so guys, this is what I do every day, every week. This is how I see the market, how I view price, and how I trade. So I hope this video was insightful. It was basically based off from seeing this weekly zone being respected, this impulse, understanding that the market won't just go buying immediately, waiting for price to come down to good levels, understanding good and bad levels. This comes with time in the market. So that's how I knew I shouldn't bother covering my SLs up to this point, but just keeping it here is all right. And lastly, understanding the continuation, that since we are bullish, and this was about 7 a.m. this was, price just giving us that continuation entry, and I shouldn't be bothering myself looking for sells. That was how I was able to take this trade. Then this NFP trade had a little bit more to it beyond that analysis I gave, right? Because we were in this weekly zone as well, right? So we were in a weekly zone. Price came into this weekly zone. So within it, ideally I don't really like taking counter trades in a weekly zone, but understanding the force behind this trade, that is the momentum behind this trade, I knew that okay, NFP is more likely to be a buy, right? But because we're in a sell area, right, we're in this weekly supply, I knew that sellers will not just allow the buy to happen like that. They will fight. So that's the reason for that long, why my entry was not around this level, it was lower, right? So for me, I was like, there, you should have even put it way more lower. But because a couple of times when I use this type of entry model, when I see there's a struggle between buyers and sellers, and I try to put my my entry lower, expecting price to like make this deep before getting me triggered, it most times just buys without getting me triggered. So that's why I was just like, whatever. Plus I had a small risk, right? It's NFP. I wouldn't be risking crazy on my personal accounts. And with that said, that was just the train of thoughts I used in taking all those trades last week. So I'm Trader Dara. Do well to subscribe on my YouTube channel, share this with your friends, follow me on Trader Dara community, expect signals. Lastly, I want you guys to pay attention to this info I put on here. It's super important. So when you come on my channel, make sure you read it. So I said, guys, I've been working on a method where we can win about every trade a week. I know that sounds crazy, right? But you guys just saw it, right? You saw me take 3 trades in a week, win all of them. I also had the opportunity of taking the sell, but I didn't take it. So that was like parallel wins. Also this buy, I sent it out to my guys. So that was like 5 trades in the week and all wins, right? So, but I'm not promising you this outcome will happen every time, right? So that's a disclaimer, right? So here's the disclaimer. But if the confirmation doesn't come, right, we can lose every trade that week. So just like I can win every trade in a week, I can also lose every trade in a week. And the reasons why I will have a high win rate is if I get confirmation. So the reasons I'm winning is because I saw confirmations on this buy. This were the confirmation signals, this and price respecting this, right? So those were the confirmation signals for the buy. So now if I don't get to see new confirmation signals this week and I try just doing anything, I feel like I'm going to lose, right? So if you join my group, don't come bothering my DMs or asking me why haven't you placed a trade. Guys, chill, right? That's the reason I actually even stopped trading for a while, because I felt I was having, sending out signals on here, because I felt I was having the tension to send signals every time, and I don't trade that way, right? So you guys should just chill. Once there's a setup, I'll send it and y'all make money alongside me. But if I get any form of tension from y'all that you like demanding trades, I'm just going to tell you 2 things, man. You either be calm or you leave, right? Because I don't control the markets, neither do you. Anyways, I'm Trader Dara. Have a wonderful one.